This video tells the heartbreaking incident of Rachel Morin, whose peaceful journey along the Ma and Pay Trail in Bel Air, Maryland, turned violently into a murder. We'll look at how her corpse was found right away, how Sheriff Jeff Gahler quickly dispatched detectives, and how important it was for the community to provide tips. We'll talk about important witness identifications, suspect sketches, and a big DNA discovery that connects the incident to a home invasion in Los Angeles. We'll also discuss the ideas put up by law enforcement, the suspect's possible violent past, and the community's resolute efforts to bring Rachel to justice. Watch this video through to the end to see the terrifying details about the guy who was arrested in Maryland. With the release of fresh information, justice for Rachel Morin might finally be done. You won't want to miss this narrative, so don't miss the most recent updates. Let's make a start. In the dwindling light of August 5, Rachel Morin set off on what was meant to be a restorative stroll through Bel Air, Maryland's scenic Ma and Pay Trail. Her journey, however, culminated in grim mystery, her life cruelly snatched away in what should have been a bastion of tranquility. This is not just the story of a walk turned fatal, but a shocking breach of peace in a community now haunted by fear and suspicion. Rachel, a 37-year-old mother of 5, vanished into the evening, her absence marking the beginning of a chilling countdown. It was nearly midnight when her boyfriend, fraught with concern, reported her missing. By 1 p.m. the following day, the serene path bore witness to a horrifying discovery. Rachel's lifeless body discarded off to the side. Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gahler, standing as a bulwark for justice, promptly declared the case a violent homicide. This was no accident. It was a calculated act of brutality that shattered the safety of the local community. The sheriff's words were clear and resolute. Rachel's death was a deliberate, horrific crime, an anomaly in what is typically considered a safe area. Sheriff Gahler mobilized a formidable force in response, including 10 detectives, forensic experts, and analysts, all united in their mission to piece together Rachel's final hours and identify her killer. The community's role became unexpectedly vital, with residents supplying a cascade of tips that propelled the investigation forward. In the days following the tragic discovery, the sheriff's office managed to trace the paths of 5 individuals, potential key witnesses, who had also traversed the trail during the critical time frame. The community's response was a blend of grief and steely resolve as patrols intensified along the trail, a stark reminder of the lurking threat. The gravity of Rachel's untimely demise cannot be overstated. It's a poignant reminder of vulnerability, even in our safest havens. As Sheriff Gahler and his team vow to leave no stone unturned, the quest for answers continues, fueled by a community's heartbreak and their unyielding demand for justice. In this unfolding saga of tragedy and tenacity, one thing remains clear: the determination to restore peace to the Ma and Pay Trail and ensure that such a sinister act is never repeated. As we follow this case, we do so not just as observers, but as a community united in the pursuit of truth and the hope for healing in the wake of such profound loss. Release of suspect sketches and investigation progress.
Investigators tell 11 News since releasing the new details today, they have seen a spike in calls and tips about the case. Patty Morin says another way that you can help detectives is by donating to the reward fund. At this just released composite sketch, this is the man investigators believe murdered her daughter, Rachel Morin, back in early August along the Ma and Pa hiking trail in Bel Air. He was here in Harford County for several weeks before the murder, investigators revealed on Monday. Witnesses reported seeing him lurking in and around the trail.
Law enforcement organizations have not held back in their efforts to bring Rachel Morin to justice. An important turning point in the current investigation was the February release of sketches showing the alleged murderer. With the help of 10 federal, state, and local authorities, detectives have worked nonstop over the last 6 months, conducting more than 100 interviews and investigating a long list of tips from 7 different states. The investigation's extensive reach included the dissemination of thousands of multilingual flyers throughout Maryland and California, demonstrating the dedication to exploring every possible route for information. Important leads that point to a possible presence in the region before the crime are provided by witness testimonies indicating sightings of someone resembling the suspect on the hiking trail in the weeks preceding Morin's untimely death. Investigation details and DNA analysis. The grief murder of Rachel Morin has been the subject of a painstakingly detailed inquiry. When DNA evidence from the crime site was carefully examined by authorities, it revealed genetic material from an earlier Los Angeles house invasion, which marked a major breakthrough.
DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern-day investigation, and in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our Forensic Services Unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the National CODIS system. This DNA evidence has come back as a match, tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March.
The suspect's identity is still a mystery in spite of this crucial connection. Authorities are focusing on an individual of interest who was seen on doorbell cam footage from the Los Angeles incident. He is described as a male Hispanic man who is estimated to be in his early to mid-20s, 5'9" in height and 160 pounds in weight. The fact that the suspect was in Maryland and Los Angeles at the same time, maybe when Morin was killed, emphasizes how urgent the inquiry needs to be. Speculation and statements from law enforcement. Conjecture about Rachel Morin's slaying has sustained anxiety in the neighborhood. Law enforcement officials are considering the possibility of stalking, but they are unsure of the motivation behind the horrific conduct. Fears of more violence are heightened by serious suspicions that the attacker may be a repeat offender. Richard Tobin, the troubled boyfriend of Morin, vigorously disputes any role in her tragic death, despite suspicions. Screaming details emerge from interviews with people who frequent the trail where Morin was last seen alive, including reports of seeing someone hiding in the woods prior to the sad incident. The inquiry is made more complex by the discovery that DNA evidence connected to the Los Angeles crime scene was obtained from a recovered hat. This highlights the painstaking forensic effort being done to provide Rachel Morin with justice and comfort her bereaved family. Suspect arrested in Maryland Rachel Morin's murder. El Salvadorian national Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez has been arrested in connection to the horrible killing of Rachel Morin, a mother from Maryland.
WMAR 2 News now has official documents detailing the charges against Victor Martinez Hernandez. They provide more details of the investigation and the timeline of the suspect's whereabouts after rape.
Martinez Hernandez entered the country illegally in February 2023 and was captured in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He is accused of killing someone in August 2023 while hiking in Bel Air, as well as first-degree rape. The arrest followed a meticulous investigation that utilized DNA evidence from a separate crime scene in Los Angeles, where Martinez Hernandez attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother during a home invasion. FBI's genetic genealogy team traced his DNA, leading to his identification. Rachel Morin's family expressed gratitude to law enforcement for their dedication in solving the case, although they acknowledged the bittersweet feeling of closure without Rachel present. Martinez Hernandez awaits extradition to Maryland to face justice for his alleged crimes. Of Rachel Morin. Your assistance is crucial as we pursue justice for her and work to bring peace back to the Ma and Pay Trail. If you thought this video was educational, kindly subscribe to our channel